There's always so many variables that impact revenue. It's not one thing, but how do you tie the one thing of customer obsession into growing revenue? In your mind, when you're in front of the board, when you're in front of investors, that's all they care about is revenue, right? So they're not asking how you're doing it as much they are, but it's more that you're growing revenue. And if you're not, then I'm going to really start asking a lot of questions, right? So how do you connect customer obsession with growing revenue?
Very easy. As I mentioned earlier, if the first thing you bring to your customer's meeting is a quote already, you haven't asked the right question and you haven't spent enough time on that. You haven't taken the chance to build that trust situation. If you gain that trust, if you're with the customer on eye level as an advisor, as a supporter, as a partner, all price discussion becomes second. And this itself already is a big benefit in all sales. Now, again, sales discussions, sales situations. Once you have the trust, he might not even look at a second or third vendor because he says, hey, this guy told me exactly what to do. While all the other ones, they just throw their quotes on my table and said, here, this is what I can offer you without understanding what I'm doing. This is what really makes sustainable growth. And this is why customers stick to a brand, stick to even a salesperson. So it's also very critical if a salesperson is switching companies or leaving companies, retiring, whatsoever. You need to make sure that the next one is stepping into this trust situation, because this will keep your relation with the customer and actually keep your revenue stream. Technology changes, market change, product change, all very regular. But what's really constant is that your customer's business is changing even faster. And you need to understand that and be there, talk to them, and understand the challenges they have. That's really the big point.
So a couple of things I'm putting together, connecting the dots from what you're saying here, and whether it's having those calls where you're asking the right questions, talking to them about their customers, going to the right conventions, going to their booths, talking to their customers there. You've laid out a number of different ways that you're gaining insights that they don't have time to do. They don't talk to their peer community as much as you do. You're selling to their peer community every single day. I read a study recently that scientists are looked upon as experts at a 76% degree level. The peers to us in our own industry are at that exact same level, 76%. So if you can represent their peer community, who they look to, that's how they look to for validation, right? What are my peers doing? What are people doing the same thing here? If you can be a true reflection of their peer community and you're seen as somebody that's constantly active and talking to their peer community and bringing those insights in, your credibility goes up significantly. Is that a good takeaway? Because that's what I was taking away from our conversation here.
It is. And even further, I would take it even a step further. Being that representation of the peer group, you can give him advice completely separated from the peer group or different advice from the peer group, because this is what everybody does. Do that. Because this will differentiate you. That's a bonus I think you can bring in, stepping out of this or not being part of the peer group, but representing or reflecting the peer group. You can consult him completely differently. And internally, talking the revenue stream again, talking to your customer, understanding their markets, the customer's customer, it gives you the right base to decide on your sales strategy. It gives you the right base to decide on your products and develop your products and all the value stream within your own company, because this is then completely focused on the customer solution on the front side again. So this gives you the products which will sell.